Before I get into this video, folks, there's something that I need to get off my chest. No, it's not that today is the final day for mugs. This is it, folks. Top link in the description box down below to get your mug. After today, that's it. No more chances. Gone. Gonesies. No, it's that I'm actually disappointed, and I hate to say this, but I'm actually disappointed with you lot. You see, for about the last 2.5 weeks or so, I have been growing my hair and have purposely not shaved it. It looks like Fisher-Price My First Pubes. And not a single solitary one of you has taken a piss out of it. And this upsets me. Look, I think we've got a bald spot as, but I think I've given you plenty of opportunity, and now it's just annoying me. So I'm gonna have to shave it tonight or tomorrow morning, and the opportunity's gone. So it's not going to work if you post down below now. It's not going to work because I've called you out. I've called you out. Speaking of other people who are sad, let's talk about J Allen Brack. Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Now, yesterday was the Q4 earnings report for 2019, Activision Blizzard. Also, there was an annual review on how the company had performed after shedding 800 and something on jobs at the beginning of the last year, of course. But there's one person who's a sad panda, and that is J Allen Brack. And J Allen Brack, the president of Blizzard Entertainment, is sad because his customers, well, you're never going to believe this, but they actually expect some sort of standards when it comes to the video games that they put out. And he's sad that he can't just make a bunch of shit and throw it in our faces, then charge us for the privilege and have us come back at him. He's not happy. He's having a few tears in his face. He's doing that BlizzCon moment where his voice was getting all wobbly because he had to give a fake apology. And he's like, I'm getting all emotional because I don't believe a word I'm saying because it's absolute garbage. So let's get into it, shall we? It all started when Anthony asked this question. And he said, do you have any colour on how successful World of Warcraft has been in Q4 and into 2020 and retaining users from the classic mode launch? And then, relatedly, also on Warcraft, there has been some negative press on Warcraft 3 Reforged lately. Can you tell us what you're doing to address that? Thank you. So, Jay takes the mic.
Hi, I'd just like to take the microphone.
And he addresses World of Warcraft first, saying, as a reminder, when we designed the model for both World of Warcraft Classic, it was important that players have a single existing subscription to support both games. Well, the players are supporting both games, not necessarily voluntarily, though. Later on, he does mention that since Q2 of last year, the subscribers for World of Warcraft doubled. And that was because of the release of Classic. So I'm pretty sure that those people weren't supporting the current product. They were coming back for their Classic version of the game. So sure, from a business standpoint, it's definitely supporting both games. But let's just be perfectly honest with ourselves here. They were coming for one game, not the game that you were providing them with, I shall hasten to add. He then goes on to say, given the content updates for modern WoW and the cadence that we have for Classic, we exited our year with a subscriber base that was double at the end of Q2, as mentioned. We also see players remaining engaged in both versions of the game. Press X to doubt. Maybe now, because 8.3's come out, but if you think about it, when your subscription base doubles because you release a 15-year-old version of your product because people believe it to be better than the 15 years later product that they're not paying for, because these are people who weren't paying. According to Jay, these people weren't paying for WoW. They came for the classic. Yeah, what does that tell you? It shows that we've got good engagement in both games. Yeah, sure. X'd it out! But let's get on to the Warcraft 3 bit, because this is where Jay gets upset. Now, there's a little typo here, because he actually starts off by saying, and I'll use, unfortunately, IGN for this. Honestly, it's been a bit of a hard week. Oh. Honestly, it's been a bit of a hard week. Not hurry. Oh, come on, Jay. Come on, Jay. Come here. Come here, son. Talk to me. Talk to me. Tell me all about it. Come on. Unload yourself. No, do not unload yourself on me. Oh, Jesus Christ, no. Our community has come to expect really amazing things from us. I cannot believe the next thing he says. And we've heard from them that we did not achieve that bar. Wow! Not that we failed. Not that we admit that we put out a substandard product. Nothing like that. Oh, we were told by them that we didn't do a good job. Because he immediately says after that, but we stand behind our games. Oh, you do. You do stand behind them and then fuck them straight in the ass. Yes, you do. I totally agree with you on that one. Yeah, you have definitely buggered up a lot of games. So we have to tell Blizzard when they do wrong. They can't see the piss poor standard that they currently have. They can't see that trying to sell a game, which, by the way, still on the website, has the cutscenes which were removed months ago from production in Warcraft 3. They can't see that the things that they said were going to happen that they never delivered on. They can't see that all the bugs that were a problem with the game on launch, they can't see by all the people demanding refunds, so much so that that link that was actually denying people before, forcing you to open up manual tickets, they have just relented on and said, look, if you go to that link, you'll just get a refund. You'll just get a refund now. No. They don't see that. We have to tell them. We have to tell them that they're not doing a good... Fuck off, you ignorant man. We stand behind our games and have consistently shown that not only do we support them, but we continue to build on them even after launch. Yeah, you put out a piece of shit and then you have to fix it. That's the way it works. Because the people who are staying, they paid money. And the people who got their money back, got it refunded, they're not interested anymore. You're losing customers. Because you put out broken shit. Jesus. And we're committed to doing that here as well. Oh. Let's shower you in flowers. So, yeah. Not particularly good at all. And here's a couple of things that you might find rather interesting, folks. In Activision Blizzard right now, 37% of all their revenue, and do bear in mind that they own King, Candy Crush people, but 37% of their revenue now comes from mobile games. Alone. Nearly 40%. Nearly 40%. 2/5 of their overall income comes from mobile. It's only going to get bigger. And that also includes the huge launch of Call of Duty Mobile, where 150 million people signed up for it. Just imagine how much revenue they're throwing at. Those fucking idiots are throwing at it.
Oh, yeah, let's just throw it at it.
Fuck me. And if you again think about it from that perspective, what is Activision's Blizzard's biggest products right now? Mobile and Call of Duty. This, the Blizzard side at least, that used to innovate, and now it's just down to cheap-ass microtransaction-ridden mobile shite and a first-person shooter. Woo! The innovation knows no bounds. But don't worry, folks. Overwatch 2's coming. Which I think Jeff Kaplan said really should have just been an expansion. Because all it's really doing is adding a bit of PvE, and that's around about it. Ay, chihuahua. Okay, so let's just leave Jay to start crying. And I'm just going to go into a couple of details here about the earnings call. So, things which could grab your attention. Revenue was down 17% to just under 2 billion, by the way. So, you know, these are ridiculous figures. Huge figures that any company would be absolutely elated with. But Activision Blizzard want all the money, so it's never good for a shareholder to hear the word down. While net income was actually down in Q4 by 23%. That is in Q4. Year-wide, though, net income was down 19% to 1.5 billion. Just a meager 1.5 billion. But down nearly 20% on the previous year. And Blizzard are forecasting that 2020 isn't going to be as good as 2019. And you think, why? Ultimately, you think, why? Because the company's not releasing anything. They're not releasing any games, and they're certainly not releasing any new IPs. And they're certainly not releasing anything which is attracting people's attention, apart from a 15-year-old product. Oh, but get excited, because the alpha testing for Diablo Immortal's coming soon. That'll boost the mobile market up even more for them. Jesus Christ. MAUs, which is monthly active users, was, however, up rather a lot past the 400 million mark. But again, a huge boost of that was because of the 150 million that signed up because of Call of Duty Mobile. So yeah, they're sort of like the big things as regards to that. So J Allen Brack is sad, and he's sad because his customers actually want some level of standards with his video games that he's not prepared to admit at all. We've got to tell him. Otherwise, everything's fine. What a prat. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.